The man carefully stood the half-smoked cigarette on the floor. He had just turned around to continue scrubbing the floor. The cigarette but suddenly shuddered and fell down. Then he felt something strange, accompanied by a rumble of footsteps. The whole building also began to tremble violently. The man hurriedly got up from the ground. He turned off the music playing and listened carefully. A sudden hissing sound shattered the window panes. They rushed to the window and looked out. The cars and public facilities on the roadside seemed to have been hit by something. They were all destroyed in an instant. Although they couldn't see the object, but they could clearly feel that something had just sped through the street. Then on the construction road ahead, the workers suddenly heard a strange hissing sound. They were curious to find out what was going on, but found that the warning signs placed on the roadway seemed to have been knocked over by something, rapidly running towards their direction. It flew right through the workers who couldn't dodge in time. It ran wildly into the distance. The time is fast approaching dawn. The truck driver suddenly saw an elephant appear in the fog in front of him, and it's coming towards him without a care in the world. The trucker slammed on the brakes and stopped right next to the elephant, but the elephant did not stop for a moment to rush around the truck. It began to run on the highway again. In less than half an hour, the elephant finally collapsed on the ground. The elephant died of exhaustion, but to everyone's surprise, when the police duo arrived at the scene, after some investigation and questioning, it seems that all the evidence points to the elephant. There were elephant footprints on the trampled vehicle. Witnesses claimed to have heard footsteps and roars. Some even claimed to have smelled the animal, but no one seen the elephant with their own eyes. Could the elephant have been invisible? But then why did it suddenly appear and exhausted itself to death? The zookeeper drove over to cooperate with the police in the investigation. He said the cage where the elephants were kept was kept locked, and there were no traces of vandalism. They had no idea how the elephant escaped, so they turned around and went to the zoo. They went to the zoo to find out what happened, and they found out that just as the keeper had said, the cage where the elephants were kept had not been tampered with. The locks on the cage had never been opened. What's even more strange to them is that the cage was not only small, there was a chain inside the cage. It's usually used to lock up one of the elephant's legs. Under such strict management, it's impossible for an elephant to escape on its own.